(8:45). This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by Niranjan Abhesundara. The Gampaha Wickramarachchi Ayurveda Institute has been upgraded as a university. COVID vaccine will be given to people with non-communicable diseases. Emergency use of Russia's Sputnik 5 COVID-19 vaccine has been approved in Sri Lanka. Japan has provided a grant to provide clean water supply system in Ampara district. The Prime Minister instructs to celebrate Mahashivaratri Day on a grand scale. In the world news, U.S. Capitol Police warn of possible militia plot to breach Congress. The Gampaha Wickramarachchi Ayurveda Institute has been upgraded as a university. Gampaha Wickramarachchi University of Indigenous Medicine was officially launched today on the patronage of the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Anunayaka of the Malawata chapter, Nyango Debitasiritera, has been appointed as the Chancellor of the university. The President launched the official logo and the flag at the university. Addressing the gathering, Minister of Education Professor G.L. Piri said the new university will take Sri Lanka's Ayurvedic medicine system up to the international standards. Commencing 1929 by Ayurveda Chakravarti Pandit G.P. Wickramarachchi at a centre of learning the Siddhartha way, the tradition of medicine, with 20 students, Gampaha Wickramarachchi Ayurveda Institute is currently affiliated to the University of Canada and serves as one of the leading university institutes of Ayurveda education in Sri Lanka. The university will have full-time academic programs and also introduce new part-time postgraduate and extension programs as an initiative to promote and educate the general public on indigenous medicine of Sri Lanka. The chairman of the State Pharmaceutical Corporation, Consultant Dr. Prasanna Gunasena, said COVID vaccine will be given to people with non-communicable diseases. He told the SLBC that the government has started a systematic program to obtain the vaccines needed for the entire population in Sri Lanka. The government of Japan has provided a grant of 16 million rupees through the grant assistance for grassroots human security projects to provide a clean water supply system at Lahogala in the Maha Regional Secretariat in the Ampara district. Ambassador of Japan Akira Sugiyama and Dr. Jagat Seniviratne, President of the Green Cross Sri Lanka, signed the grant contract on 3rd March 2021 at the ambassador's residence in Colombo. The embassy said in a statement. The Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has instructed the Department of Hindu Religious and Cultural Affairs to take necessary measures to celebrate Mahashivaratri Day next Thursday on a grand scale. The Prime Minister's office said the Prime Minister has given instructions in his capacity as the Minister in charge of the subject. Special Hindu religious rituals have been planned to be held at Jivana Secretariat zones where there are more Hindus. Financial assistance will be provided for selected Kobils. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Ministry of Health says 399 COVID-19 infected individuals have been discharged from medical care as they have recovered from the illness. This brings the total number of coronavirus recoveries reported in the country to 80,836. Sri Lanka's confirmed cases count stands at 84,226. However, only 296 of them are still under medical care. The country has also registered 484 fatalities from the pandemic. Total number of coronavirus infected people in the world has exceeded 115 million. The Ministry of Environment said that scientific surveys confirm the percentage of oxygen in the atmosphere of the city of Colombo is declining in proportion to its population. Accordingly, the Ministry of the Environment and the Colombo Municipal Council have launched a joint program to prevent air pollution in the city of Colombo. Attention was drawn to this matter at a discussion held at the Ministry of Environment with the participation of Minister of Environment Mahinda Amaravira, Colombo Mayor Roji Serenayaka and other officials. It is planned to launch a daily oxygen testing program in the city of Colombo. And that ends local news for now.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
State Minister of Production, Supply and Regulation of Pharmaceuticals, Professor Channa Jayasumana, says emergency use of Russia's Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccine has been approved in Sri Lanka. Approval has been granted by the National Medical Regulatory Authority of Sri Lanka. According to the Russian Direct Investment Fund, 13 countries around the world, including Argentina, Venezuela, Mexico, UAE and Iran, have approved the Sputnik V vaccine. Hungary was the first to approve the Russian vaccine for emergency use. Sputnik V vaccine was initially met with controversy for being rolled out before the release of the final trial data. However, last-stage trial results published in the Lancet Medical Journal in February reveal the vaccine gives 91.6% protection against SARS-CoV-2. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
On to Watchlight, the National Water Supply and Drainage Board requests public to use water sparingly in the face of the prevailing dry weather. Due to this condition, water supply for several areas will be at low pressure. That came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
U.S. Capitol Police warn of possible militia plot to breach Congress. SpaceX Starship explodes after landing safely. Prince Philip has successful heart procedure, the palace has said. Security has been ramped up at the U.S. Capitol in Washington in response to a possible plot of breach the building. The move was prompted by intelligence that a militia group planned to attack today, the day conspiracy theorist group QAnon believed Donald Trump will return for a second term. House of Representatives cancelled today's session, but the Senate will continue with its agenda. A mob lulled Mr. Trump stormed the Congress building in January. Elon Musk's SpaceX successfully landed on one of its Starship prototypes at the end of a high-altitude test flight. It's the first time the space exploration company has pulled off this after the ship's predecessors crashed into the ground. But this wasn't the end of the story. A fire then developed around SN-10's base, and 8 minutes later, it exploded on the landing pad in Boca Chica in Texas. Duke of Edinburgh has undergone a successful procedure for pre-existing heart condition, Buckingham Palace has said. The palace said the Duke would remain in hospital for treatment, rest and recuperation for a number of days. Prince Philip, aged 99, has already spent 16 nights in hospital. He has been treated for an infection and moved to St. Bartholomew's Hospital in London on Monday for tests and observation on his heart condition. And back to the headlines of the world news. U.S. Capitol Police warn a possible militia plot to breach Congress. SpaceX Starship explodes after landing safely. Prince Philip has successful heart procedure, the palace has said. That was World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News is brought to you by
CIB offers valuable prize for New Year from 1st to 15th of March. Our choice in our own place. CIB.
Ampara District Secretary D.M.L. Bandaranayake has said preliminary operation for paddy cultivation in the district will be carried out from the 20th of this month. Paddy cultivation will be on 120,000 acres under the Gallo Irrigation Division and on 24,000 acres in the Akkarepattu area. Amba District Secretary said the water required for the paddy cultivation will be distributed from the Seranayaka Reservoir. That was development news.
Development News was brought to you by
CIB offers valuable prize for New Year from 1st of 15th of March. Our choice in our own place. CIB.
On to sports news. The remainder of the 2021 Pakistan Super League has been postponed following news this morning that 3 more players had tested positive for COVID-19. Decision was taken after an emergency meeting between the PCB and the franchises. The 3 new cases today brought the tally of total positives in the tournament total to 7, of which 6 were players. The PCB said decision to postpone was taken following a meeting with the team owners and also considering the health and well-being of all participants. The board's immediate next step is to focus on the safe and secure passage of all participants and arrange repeat PCR tests, vaccines and isolation facilities to the 6 participating sides. 14 out of the scheduled 34 matches in the tournament have already been completed. That was sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The German Industry and Commerce HK Sri Lanka, together with United National Industrial Development Organization, launched a simplified export guideline for exporters in the agri-food sector with a focus of giving key information needed to access the European market, answering frequently asked questions by the exporters. Exporting to the European Union, a practical guide for Sri Lankan suppliers of agricultural products was launched on the 1st of this month. The guideline provides key information such as rules and regulations, logistic methods, in-demand fruits or vegetables, packaging and labeling, banned products, certification, intellectual property rights, and also the European consumer. It also provides special emphasis on steps required to export to German and Dutch markets. That was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Sri Lanka's forex reserves were estimated at $4.6 billion in February 2021, down from $4.8 billion a month earlier. Director of Economic Research, Chandranath Amrasekara, said. Official reserves were provisionally estimated at $4.6 billion by the end of February, Amrasekara said. Central Bank repaid the $4 million swap to the Reserve Bank of India in February 2021. That is economic news.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
No, Amma. We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
Oh, really? How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy. She might be feeling very uncomfortable. The airport must be heavily crowded because it's a season.
Amma, calm down. Everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. There's nothing to worry.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And now the Weather Department says the prevailing dry weather conditions are expected to change from Saturday, and there is a high possibility of evening showers or thunder showers over most parts of the island. Light showers will occur in the eastern coastal areas. Short thunder showers may occur in the central and Sabaragoa provinces and the Gola-Matara districts in the evening or night tomorrow. Misty conditions can be expected some places in the Uva and western provinces in the morning tomorrow. And back to the headlines of the news. The Gampa Vikramaraj the Institute has been upgraded as a university. COVID vaccine will be given to people with non-communicable diseases. Emergency use of Russia's Sputnik 5 COVID-19 vaccine has been approved in Sri Lanka. Japan has provided a grant to provide a clean water supply system in Ampara district. The Prime Minister instructs to celebrate Mahasivaratri Day on a grand scale. In world news, U.S. Capitol Police warn of possible militia plot to breach Congress. That in the news, and back again to the twosome this Thursday night. Saudi Thavam and Victor Raj for the last 1 hour, keeping you all entertained with your requests. Over to you, Soundy and Victor.